guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you the top tips that I believe are so essential for every new mom. If you're interested, then do keep on watching. Okay, my number one tip is, and that you might have heard and read this at many other places, and why I'm repeating this is because it is the most important thing when it comes in caring for yourself as a new mom, is to sleep when your baby sleeps. Now you want to have that urge that let me do this work or do that work, but I would say just stop and hold on for that second and sleep, because the newborn schedule is so unpredictable and nothing is said that you are like running on literally 2 hours 3 hours of sleep in a day, and you don't want to jeopardize that great time. So it's best that you stick to sleeping when your baby is sleeping. So when your baby is sleeping in the bassinet, just sleep beside and take some rest. You need that, mama. Okay, my second tip for any new mom is, don't be reluctant in asking for help. Now I know that people feel that why to take an obligation or why to do something that is people are kind of scared or kind of hesitant in asking for help, but I would recommend not to do that. I would say that be vocal, ask for help, and if someone is offering to help you, do take that with open arms. You who will be just dealing with the baby has to get some rest. Even if you're not sleeping, you still need that physical rest to slow down, to sit and to relax. So in order to relax, you need that extra help that you're getting. The number 3 tip that I want to share with you is, you must have heard breast is best or bottle is best or whatever. I would say fed is best. Do not listen if for any reason, if you have any compulsion or any problem or any obstacle, do not be hesitant that, or do not feel that you are doing anything less by not feeding your baby. You can do that with formula, and that is completely fine. So do not go hard on yourself when others say that only the breast is best or only mother's milk is best. If you are unable to produce that much, or if you have a schedule which is too demanding and you cannot or unable to slow down, or if you're getting too tired, it is okay to supplement, or it is okay to give bottle. You should have a baby with a belly full. That is all that matters, and they should be able to sleep well. That is all that matters. The number 4th tip that I want to share is that many moms that I have seen, and they go on these various forums and they read so many things and they do this, is that they would keep their baby beside themselves and they would say, I'm just putting my baby down over here and I'm not holding the baby. Please do not do that. In the very beginning days, the baby has to be held. Now I understand it's like 4 months baby. I understand you need to have a break. You need to have the baby like spend time on their own. That is okay. But a few days old baby, I have seen people, or I've at least noticed people doing this, that they would just keep their babies on the side and they would say that the reason why they do this is because they feel that if they kind of hold the baby too much, the baby would be accustomed to having them held by someone, and that would just set wrong patterns and wrong behaviors. A newborn baby is too small to even understand and make patterns that you are thinking that they would decide, or they would create some pattern in their mind. First thing is that, why do doctors do skin to skin? The reason is because the baby needs the body temperature to be regulated. The more you hold the newborn baby in your arms, the better it is for them, for their growth. So the growth hormones and for all the body temperature setting, it is required that you hold your baby. And in the beginning days, it is so very much important to hold your baby, to snuggle your baby, to pamper your baby. My 5th tip is to swaddle your baby. Now if you have watched my newborn essentials video that I will place right over here, so you can go and watch it after this video, I go by swaddling so much. So initially when the baby is out of the womb, I have also mentioned this before, it is so important to keep them tucked, because that is how they get their comfort. They have been used to sleeping and being in the womb in a very snug position, so they want that position to be mimicked when they're outside. And the newborn phase, that is the 3 months, 0 to 3 months, that is of key importance, where they are being swaddled. Now I see many times new babies are just left with hands, and they're throwing their hands here and there, throwing their legs here and there, and sometimes the baby cries and parents are unable to realize what the baby actually needs. The baby has to be swaddled. Now swaddle, you can buy any swaddle off the market. There's soft stretchy fabric, and you just wrap the baby in it and hold it, and you can swaddle the baby when the baby is sleeping, when the baby is awake or the baby is being fed. You don't need to open the baby. Like, yes, obviously for diaper changes you need to open the swaddle, that's okay, but more or less a newborn baby has to be swaddled. That is their most comfortable position, or the most comfortable way that they can be kept. The number 6 tip for new moms is, whenever your baby cries, there are 4 things to look out for, or 4 things that you want to check, or which of them you have not done, and you can soothe your baby. So first is to, if the baby is crying, first definitely swaddle. Many a times, like I said before, just having their hands throw off everywhere and not being able to control that position sets that baby in an upset mood. So it's best to swaddle them. Second, you want to swing them. So for example, if your baby is crying, then just swing them back and forth, and that would just calm and soothe the baby. Third, you want to see if you have checked and changed the diaper. Now changing the diaper, many a times people forget to change the diaper. I would suggest changing the diaper every 2 hours, or every time the baby is being fed. So you want to first change the diaper, then feed the baby, and then swing, and then swaddle obviously. And the fourth thing that I already mentioned here is, you want to feed the baby. If the baby is crying, you can soothe the baby by knowing that it needs to be fed. So these 4 things, first is change the diaper, see if the diaper is full, because babies get very uncomfortable. Second is swaddle them. Third is swing them, and if nothing calms the baby, then feed the baby. So new moms, these 4 tips, these 4 things are your key in handling your new baby. Okay, another important tip that I have is to stay hydrated. Many a times, like me myself, I used to forget drinking water. So it is very important, especially if you're breastfeeding, you have to, or even if you're pumping, you have to have that supply. And to maintain a good supply, you need to be properly and well hydrated. Now many a times we forget, because we kind of so busy with the baby and we are running on half sleep that we forget half the things. Okay, another tip for new moms is gripe water and bicycle legs. Babies get very restless because they get a lot of gas, they are unable to move, so it's very obvious that gas would form and they would get restless, they would be upset, they would cry, they would throw a tantrum, all that. So you have to do bicycle legs. Bicycle legs is just doing back and forth of the baby's legs. And then it is important that you have gripe water with yourself. So you can get gripe water at any drugstore. And another tip that I have for new moms is to do not forget to take your prenatal vitamins. Now I did this mistake and I suffered huge. I forgot to ask my doctor if I could continue those prenatal vitamins that I was taking during the pregnancy time. The answer is yes, you should be taking it even after your delivery. You can take one a day. I was using that brand, and you can take them after the delivery. And it is important because there is a lot of strain on the mother's body, and that strain can be filled by taking in your multivitamins. So do not forget that. And okay, my last tip is, any new mom will also learn this thing: your hormones will hit you hard, and they will hit you so hard that it can be difficult to understand what is going on. This can happen to the first time mom, or a second time mom, or a third time mom, or even a 10th time mom. So you can show irritation, you can show frustration, you can show anger, you can show upset behavior and all that. This is a very normal thing to happen. People can cry, people can be hysterical, people can be upsetting, people can go angry, people can be frustrated. It is a very normal human and motherly thing, and it happens to so many women. And I would just say that you are not alone if this kind of thing happens to you. Many times an extreme case happens when it is called a postpartum depression. So when you are going in for your doctor's appointment after your delivery, they would ask you to fill a doctor's form, and they would kind of survey if you are suffering from postpartum depression. That question itself will tell you and the doctor if you are suffering from the postpartum depression. Many times it is nothing, many a times it is, and it is not an issue, or it is not a taboo to have something like that. There are many resources, and there are many places and many ways to deal with it. So the doctor will help you on this. If that is the case, then do not get upset about it, or do not shy away from asking for help. In not so many extreme cases, many times women deal with hormones, because this whole thing, this whole reproduction is such a hormonal activity that after delivery it is obvious that there would be hormones, but most mothers get back up from it and they work very well. If you are one of them, I would say, or if you're a new mom, or if you are going to be a mother, I would say do not be afraid of this, and this is a very common thing, and be okay with the fact that you have hormones and your hormones are going crazy after birth. And with that, I want to end this video, and I will share with you more tips and mother hacks in the next one.